1570 KMCD, Spotlight program coming up here in just a matter of moments with the impending winter storm, with that storm warning going into effect tonight from 6 o'clock until midnight Tuesday evening. I do want to remind you that even though it hasn't happened yet, you were probably going to see the city of Fairfield put a snow emergency into effect. And so when that is done, all vehicles parked in the central business district must be off the street to permit snow removal. That excludes normal business hours, which is 9 to 8 o'clock. Other than that, parking will not be permitted in the business district for up to 48 hours or as long as it takes to clear the streets curb to curb. And again, I fully expect the City Hall to give us a call here in a little bit and say, yeah, we're going to put that snow emergency in effect late this afternoon. By the way, if you do park on the street, you will be towed at your own expense. 28 degrees in downtown Fairfield, cloudy sky, snow in the offing. On our way to a high near 36. It is time for our Spotlight program here on this Monday morning, as we do every Monday, reserve time for the Fairfield Area Chamber of Commerce. I remind you to sign up for Chamber Chatter, the Monday morning newsletter that hits your email box in the 8 o'clock hour. Gives you a quick overview of some of the highlighted things for the week and links to other events as well. You can also log on to fairfieldiowa.com and check out the calendar events, the business directory, and so much more. And it's becoming even more user-friendly in our recent weeks. That's fairfieldiowa.com. Mendy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm waiting for snowpocalypse.
Snowpocalypse, yeah. I was lamenting the fact this morning that I don't know whether I should just get a room in town tonight so I don't have to drive back in from Libertyville tomorrow.
I brought my overnight bag.
Did you bring an overnight bag?
I always do when there's snow, and city council meeting doesn't start till 7 tonight, so
yeah.
You know, it could be a fun drive, or I'll be visiting the American.
Yeah. I haven't made that decision yet. It's only, 7 miles to Libertyville, but according to the National Weather Service, driving could be difficult, if not impossible at times, early tomorrow morning with 40-mile-an-hour winds. So.
Oh, that sounds so much fun. I look forward to tomorrow morning's commute.
So much fun. All right, let's start real quickly about a couple of things that were on my list. I mentioned before you walked in the studio today that the first legislative forum is going to be on Saturday, February 17th. I say that because the governor gives her condition of the state address tomorrow. Then the legislative session starts up later on this week with a full slate of items. This year, kind of a change in the way the forum is going to be done just because of the availability of some of the representatives, but only 2 this year, right?
Yes, absolutely. They have to hit so many different counties that with the redistricting, some of those folks represent a very large section of the community or of the state. And so they were really racing around a lot to catch as many as possible. So we decided we'd give them 2, and we will just see how that works out.
All right. So again, that's Saturday, February 17th. The legislative forum, that's at the Fairfield Arts and Convention Center. Then the second one, probably in April.
Mm-hmm.
April? All
yep,
right.
third week in April.
All right.
And with renewal season in progress, those sponsorships are still available for those. We've increased the rate just a stitch, and that's only because since we're doing 2 of them, we wanted to be able to get as many sponsors in as possible. So we've actually increased the amount that we can have per month.
Are you still inviting businesses and industry to get students to go to the legislative forums as well?
Yeah, we, since COVID, hasn't really happened yet, but we absolutely would love to see those students.
Yeah, sponsors.
We'd love to see those students come. It's a really great opportunity to meet your legislator, to ask them questions, and we will be topic-based again this year. So that way the legislators can be prepared for the topic at hand. We'll probably have 2 topics a month since we're only going to do 2 of those.
All right. The next business after hours
is potentially next week. I got Tyler from Iowa Dance Collective and I have been working on it, so we haven't officially set that date just yet.
All right. Okay. Well, as always, you've brought a guest in today, so I'm going to let you take over.
Perfect. Thanks. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning, Mendy.
Jesse from Quiet Owl Marketing as opposed to Loud Owl Marketing.
Yes, but we do talk, so we can do a radio show.
All right. So tell me what Quiet Owl Marketing is.
We are a digital marketing agency, which is just fancy terms for saying online or internet marketing. And so we handle the marketing for a lot of national companies, everything from their website conversion to Google ads to social media ads to SEO and their email marketing, basically everything but producing content we do.
Absolutely. And you have a beautiful building with lots of pictures of owls in it, north of town.
Yes, we're in the old former Telegroup building, and it was important to us to actually at the start, build a company that's all together in person. So we're a local team. We're all in the office together. It's not remote, far-flung, just random people forever, which we may, never know at some point may have to go. But we're less than 3 years old as a company, so we've done that deliberately.
Exactly. And you've got quite a staff out there.
Yeah, we're 12 people full-time now in the office, plus we have one developer who's remote. And we've grown in that time from 3 people when we started to that team now. And our plan is to keep growing and adding and looking for more local talent.
Absolutely. So that's part of what you're here for today, is to talk about. So if I wanted to come work at Quiet Owl, what do I need to know? I've got a phone. I know Facebook.
And that's the neat thing. We're not asking too much more than that, other than just a real hunger and an interest and excitement around the field of digital marketing. So many of the people who we brought on didn't have a background in this area, but we've been able to teach them and train them and help them actually build a really cool career where it's not just a dead-end thing that you're going to do this for the next 3 or 5 years, but that you can keep growing and learning more and even turn into a client project manager.
And you work for some pretty cool companies.
Yeah, so our real niche is in the outdoor industry, and so we've got a lot of name recognition clients, and think of areas like camping, fishing, hunting, mountain biking, scuba diving. So it's a really fun thing to market. It's not just dry, boring corporate stuff. You're working with companies that they themselves are very passionate about what they do, and there's a lot of stories to tell on social media when it's something that's visual and exciting.
Absolutely. And when I was out there, I was just shocked by the amount of businesses that you represent. So tell me how you got started, because that's a pretty fun story.
Oh, yeah, my business partner is David Sinton. I'm Jesse Berkowitz, and he had been in this field for 20 years and had an agency previously. So we were starting, it was kind of a rebirth of what he had done formerly, but it was really with almost nothing. We had 2 short-term clients and one other person along with us. And the thought was, can we just build this thing and make it grow from nothing? And right away, we got a lot of good luck with people referring clients and old contacts of his coming out of the woodwork and agencies, web design agencies, and it just grew from there.
Wonderful. So do you work with folks locally? If somebody local needs some help with marketing?
Typically, we haven't, although he's worked with companies in town like Overland, really helped them grow, and Green Building Supply.
There you go. That's where I remember him from.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's mostly companies that are doing at least $1 million in sales a year on their website.
Yeah.
In order for it to make sense to have the budgets and the volume to make
Absolutely.
our approach pay off.
Perfect. So tell me some more about what I need, what you're looking for in somebody. You want somebody who's open-minded and who wants to have fun.
Yeah, no, we try and have a nice balanced work culture where it can be fairly intense during the day and there's a lot going on and we're juggling 20 different clients, but we're also not looking to pull weekends and evenings. So really someone who's excited about the field. I think a lot of people, when they hear marketing, think, oh, it's going to be like Mad Men. It's going to be all creative brainstorming. What's the campaign? What's the big idea? The reality now is a lot of digital marketing is more of an ongoing analytical thing where you're constantly optimizing and tweaking and testing and refining. So it's not as much about the one big creative idea as just ongoing finding little wins, little ways, little tests to keep improving and refining a company's marketing. And that's really our whole approach. We call it listen first marketing because we feel so much of digital marketing is just this in your face, how loud can you shout your message? How loud can you grab people's attention? That marketing actually loses its ability to be used for learning and for understanding your customers and your business. So obviously we want to drive a lot of sales for our clients. That's why they hire us, but also using marketing as a way to get feedback about what type of content resonates and which products are doing well and how people perceive your brand.
Well, and marketing has changed so much, right? It used to be you put an ad in the newspaper, and now it's which platform do I choose and how do I express that message properly?
Yeah, and there's a lot of confusion out there among companies. I mean, we have clients that are as big as 30 million, 50 million a year businesses, still struggling with a lot of the same things that small ones do in terms of where should I be spending my ad budget and how am I actually going to measure and understand what that's doing for me. If I'm on Google and I'm advertising on Facebook and Instagram, the whole field has got a lot more murky and gray even than it was 10 years ago. And so a lot of this just helping cut through the kind of the noise and the BS that people can hear from their marketing agencies is what's actually growing your business.
Well, and the algorithm changes so frequently. I hate when I get on Mondays and I'm like, oh, it changed. Where did they move that?
And that's the reason why necessarily we don't look for years of experience in this field, because even if you did it 10 years ago, a lot of that is not going to be relevant anymore today. So it's more about somebody who's quick to learn and absorb and adapt and think on their feet, and really take ownership of a certain area of marketing, and ultimately, like I say, even be able to grow. And we've had this into actually running client accounts where you're the one doing their strategy and leading the calls with them every week, and signing tasks to the team and making sure things are on track.
All right, so if I want to apply, where do I go and how do I find you?
We actually have a brand new website, quietowlmarketing.com.
Wow.
And on the About Us page, there's a little careers link where they could apply. So right now, a project manager is the next big thing we're looking for. We want to grow to be a 30-person agency, maybe even a 50-person agency someday. And the way we're going to do that is finding people who can really take the lead and own a group of clients and replicate the process that we do. So quietowlmarketing.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you for being here, Steve. What do you think? Marketing is a whole different kind of cat.
Marketing's been part of my world for 33 years, so there we go. A couple of items on the calendar I want to tell you about. They're on the chamber calendar, at least one of them. Don't forget, coming up on Saturday is that blues benefit concert at the Elks Lodge here in Fairfield. It's a pizza night over there, and it's a $10 cover to get in to watch the band Van and the Movers, with proceeds going to the Tammy Jones Memorial. Of course, as many of you know, Tammy, the market manager here at KMCD Classic 96, suddenly passed away back on November 2nd, and as a founding member, one of the founding members, a lifelong member of the Southeast Iowa Blues Society, they're doing this benefit concert on Saturday night at the Elks Lodge. And then 1 week from today, there's going to be a soup and pie luncheon served at the First United Methodist Church. That's from 11:30 to 1. They have dining inside, carry out, and maybe even delivery, so you want to give the church a call at 472-4303. That's 472-4303 for that soup and pie luncheon 1 week from today. That is Chamber Talk here on this Monday morning. Again, don't forget, sign up for Chamber Chatter. Email the chamber at chamber@fairfieldiowa.com. Mendy, thanks for your time.
Have a great day.
Stay tuned. We have a look at the markets around the corner here on 1570 KMCD, and we'll fire up the Big Country Jukebox as well.